Unlock your dream property with Meeks Realty Group, where Rich the Realtor makes real estate dreams a reality. Whether it's residential or commercial, we've got Charleston to Huntington covered. Your key to exceptional real estate experiences start here. Meeks Realty Group. Contact us at meeks.us.
The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
Welcome into the show, Thursday edition of the show. Ryan Nicholson, the senior producer in charge of things on the other side of the glass this morning. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly hotline, 304-345-5858. Tony Vitaylor, text 304-935-5008. We do the show from the Jarrett Construction Studios, right on time, right on budget. Visit Jarrett-construction.com. Phone calls to the show, a service of Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly on Spring Street. Texts are provided by West Virginia's finest men's store, Tony the Tailor, Virginia Street, Charleston. Of course, Tony welcoming in the USA Cycling event to Charleston. And a note that they will be open, of course, today, and they're going to close a little bit early, 10 to 2 tomorrow. Let me read my open 10 to 6 Tuesday through Thursday, and 10 to 2 on Friday, yeah. I wrote this. You would think I would be able to read it. If you need more information, visit bestmastertailor.com or check out Tony's Facebook page. All right, coming up on the show a little bit later on, lots to get to this morning. You've known him for a variety of different things in the world of politics and media. Now get ready for a restaurateur, Doug Skaff. He's going to join us a little bit later on. Also, the world's most famous snakebite victim as well. He's going to join us a little bit later on. Plus, it's a huge day and night for the biking event in Charleston. Matt Sutton from the administration of Mayor Amy Goodwin will join us in studio to talk about that. Yes, there's going to be traffic issues. Yes, there will be. Let me repeat that again. Yes, there are going to be traffic issues. And by the way, yes, there's going to be traffic issues. Just so you know. So we'll talk to Matt Sutton about that. Plus, your calls and texts are always welcome. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Tony Vitaylor, text 304-935-5008. Let's welcome to our new home here. Well, we've been in this studio for a while now. Robby Queen, CAMC Foundation. Your first visit, though, to the new domicile that is WVRC Media Charleston, at least the WCHS and Metro News part of it. How you doing, buddy?
Good. It's nice to be here in your new digs for the first time.
What do you think about this, man?
Fancy. Kind of like Applebee's.
It's fancy, Ryan. Fancy like Applebee's. Let's put that in a promo somewhere. You're not going to break into that song, are you? Then?
Don't worry.
Okay. All right. So how you been, man?
Good. You know, things are getting really busy. CAMC Foundation, it's our big time of the year. The foundation, in fact, is proud to be a partner with CAMC, the Charleston Convention and Visitors Bureau, and USA Cycling for the USA Cycling Pro Road National Championships that are in town this weekend.
And you've been down there. I heard you talking about that earlier. You've actually been a part of that, like as a volunteer,
yeah,
right?
It's been some time Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday as a volunteer. And having been there in the heart of things, I have to give a shout out to the CAMC medical team that's there as the official medical provider of USA Cycling. In addition to a shout out to Mayor Goodwin and the Convention and Visitor Bureau team, Tim Brady and his crew, and as well as the street department, the fire department, the police officers that are out there. Those folks are putting in long hours in the sun, the rain, whatever the conditions are. It's certainly an all hands on deck approach, and it's. I think it shows well for the city.
Well, and, there's so much going on. Of course, we got the high school graduations that are underway. I was in Valley Park in Hurricane last night for the Run for the Wall event, which they're leaving Hurricane. They were due to leave around 8:30 or so this morning. Then they're going to the Capitol and then going to Greenbrier County after that before they end up at in the nation's capital for Memorial Day. So you got that going on. Live on the Levee. Begins tomorrow night. Jim Strawn, our Live on the Levee guy, is going to join us in studio to talk about that. So there's a whole lot of stuff going on here in Charleston, man. But you're adding to it, not necessarily today, but you got stuff going on too.
Yeah, let's just add to it. So CAMC Foundation, we are doing for the first time a fundraising event in conjunction with USA Cycling. Miles for Minds is what we are calling the event. It's a family-friendly fundraiser that's going to benefit CAMC Neurosciences. It's going to take place Saturday, May 24th. Registration will begin at 4:30. We will start at approximately 5 o'clock p.m. Registration is going to happen in the first floor of the City of Charleston parking garage, which is adjacent to City Hall. So we're encouraging folks to pedal for a purpose, ride like the pros. This is an opportunity to get on the course yourself as a non-sanctioned athlete. And I use the term athlete loosely if I'm referencing myself or you, Dave. But an opportunity to take on the course, see the perspective that the riders have seen through downtown Charleston. The course will start in front of the 4 Points Sheraton, right under the start and finish line arch that USA Cycling has set up. It'll go down to Greenbrier Street and Canala Boulevard intersection, do a U-turn, come back, hit Brook Street, and run the course through downtown, and you'll finish under the arch again where you started in front of the 4 Points. So we're working with the CVB and USA Cycling have been able to offer folks who may not get an opportunity to be on the course, because if you're a court marshal, you know people should not be walking on the course. They should not be driving on the course. But here is your opportunity. Let
me guess,
to do
you're
so.
A court marshal.
I've been a course marshal.
Course marshal, not court marshal. You say, you said that with authority, Robert. That's why I'm saying that.
Sure. Thank you, David.
So, but you're not supposed to be on the course, is what you're saying. Right,
yeah. Folks, they've asked during the active race times that folks not walk on the course, drive on the course, but this is an opportunity to take in the course in a safe way. You can ride. It's a 4-mile ride. We're encouraging families to come out. We've registration is $20 a person, or we're doing a friendly 4-pack for $75, which will give you 4 entries, so a little bit of a discount for that. Folks can register online at our website, camcfoundation.org/bike, or they can register the day of at the event.
So what is what's the timeline with the other events, that are going to be, because, obviously you're not going to have them out there with the pros. So.
No, they won't be with the pros. The course will still be closed, but the riders out there will be just part of Miles for Minds at that time. The races for Saturday will have concluded. Miles for Minds will begin as soon as the last race is over for that day. So we're estimating that will be about 5 o'clock p.m. Mm-hmm. We understand it won't be earlier than 5. So, we just ask for folks who are participating to give us a little bit of patience when it comes to the start time, because we're waiting on the last riders to come through. Yeah. But we're pretty confident at about a 5 o'clock start.
Talked again with Robby Queen from the CAMC Foundation. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Hudson's Pizza. This month, get a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza and an order of cinnamon bites, $20.99. Eat in, pick up, or get delivery by going to Hudson'sPizza.com. Let me see what this text here. I think I had a text for you. Okay, yeah, this is not for you. The ride just came through Charleston about 10 minutes ago, according to Steve Animal. Not your ride, the ride for the wall. We get too many rides going on here.
The ride for the wall is always a remarkable event that happens here in town, and such a worthy.
Yeah, they just came, according to Steve Animal, they just came through Charleston about 10 minutes ago. So that is good stuff. They're headed down to Greenbrier County. All right. So for people that may not know, you've been on the show numerous times, but what exactly is the CAMC Foundation, who we're raising money for here?
Sure. CAMC Foundation is the nonprofit foundation of the CAMC health system. We are the avenue for which philanthropic dollars flow through the health system. We are in our 49th year. 2026 will be our 50th anniversary. So this foundation is well established in the community, well respected in the community, and serves the CAMC health system, both the patients that receive care there. We support our employees, and we also support the learners that come through CAMC. CAMC provides more continuing medical education in the state than anyone else. So we have a lot of learners that come through our doors, and that's something that the foundation is proud to support. The CAMC Women and Children's Hospital is one of our primary items that we support, with a host of services there. This particular event, Miles for Minds, is going to support CAMC Neurosciences. CAMC Foundation is taking a larger approach in the support of neurosciences for CAMC. I think there are going to be some future developments with that happening here in downtown that are going to be noticeable. So this is a small start at adding to the support for that. And the event is a great way for people to get engaged in this fun and exciting event happening in downtown Charleston in a safe manner. We're asking that the participants bring their own bicycles and helmets. We will not be providing those.
Are helmets required?
Helmets are required to partake of the course. We want them to be just as safe as the professional athletes that are out there. And this event is a good way to take on the course, do it in a safe way, and also give back to the community and CAMC.
All right. Again, give us more information on the event. This all happening Saturday.
Sure. Everything's happening Saturday, May 24th. Registration will begin at 4:30 p.m. The start will begin at approximately 5 o'clock p.m. Registration will take place in the first floor of the City of Charleston parking garage next to City Hall. 503 Virginia Street East is the address. Registration is $20 per person, or a 4-pack for $75. You can register on our website, camcfoundation.org/bike, or you can register day of at the site.
I mean, I think this is pretty cool, too, because as you said at the outset, Robby, you're going to be able, this is for families or whomever, you're going to be able to ride that actual course. And those of us that are working in downtown Charleston, you drive it, 5-6 days a week, or if you live here 7 days a week, and you never think about what it would be like to ride a bike down through. You think about driving or even walking, but you don't think. And then when you watch, and I said this on the show before, the thing that amazes me about these bikers is the sheer speed that they have. I mean, it will knock you down almost on the sidewalk. The speed is incredible.
They are incredible, and especially when you watch the speed as they come off Loudon Heights, as they're coming down back onto the South Side Bridge on what I call the long course. These are true athletes, and I think we saw last year with the medaling of Kristen Faulkner here in Charleston, who went on to medal in the Olympics in Paris. This event will go, I understand Charleston has it through 2028. Mm-hmm. So we'll see another potential Olympic medalist here in a few years right out of Charleston, West Virginia, and CAMC is happy to have a part in it. And
again, this is an opportunity for individuals, families, whatever, to come down here and ride the exact same course that the folks at the Pro Road event are doing.
Absolutely, and who knows, we might have another Olympic gold medalist on our hands one day. Maybe a 4-year-old's out riding his or her bike, and we'll see them on the big stage.
It will not be you, though.
It will not be me, and it won't be you either, I'm sure.
No, I'm sure I'm a little bit past that. All right, Robby Queen, CAMC Foundation, I appreciate you being here, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Dave. 9:19. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Bridge Valley, offering custom tailored training to supply skilled graduates and apprenticeships for your company. Visit bridgevalley.edu. We will take a break. When we come back, we'll talk to Matt Sutton, Chief of Staff for Mayor Goodwin, on the USA Pro cycling event going on in Charleston. I mean, it's been an exciting week so far, but tonight's winner really, really cranks up tonight. And tomorrow night, we'll talk to Matt Sutton when we come back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses live to make life better for you and your family.
The Husson's May Special is a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza and an order of cinnamon bites for just $20.99. Visit the nearest Husson's for dine-in, pickup, or delivery. Order now at HussonsPizza.com.
Retirement is more than a dream. It's a destination. Yet the journey can feel uncertain. At 4th Avenue Financial, they guide you with expertise and care. They help you navigate the questions. Am I on the right track? Or how do I ensure lasting income? Tailoring plans to your unique vision. They bring peace of mind to your retirement journey. Trust in their experience, proven through every market's ebb and flow. 4th Avenue Financial. Retirement done right. Get started at 4thavenuefinancial.com.
Securities offered through Jenny B. Cole Financial Incorporated. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Jenny B. Cole Advisors Incorporated.
Looking to buy or sell U.S. coins or currency, or need an appraisal on a coin collection? The Coin Man in St. Albans has been established since 2009, and he's the area's expert in currency. Whether you're buying or selling coins and coin accessories, he's got you covered. But that's not all. He also deals in select antiques and glassware. Visit the Coin Man today at 2412 Kanawha Terrace in St. Albans and discover treasures that transcend time. The Coin Man, where every coin tells a story.
The latest in news, talk, and sports when 580 WCHS is brought to you by Jarrett Construction. Call 304-344-9140 for more information.
Right on time, right on budget. Call on Jarrett Construction.
9:22. Bigly, Piggly Wiggly hotline, 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text, 304-935-5008. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan, with more than $20 billion recovered. They believe that when you're injured, you deserve more. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Doug Skaff will be coming up a little bit later on in the show. I want to talk to him about several things, maybe get his take on some political things, but also the big news from Mr. Skaff is that he and a group of investors are taking over Fazios. So we're going to talk to Doug about that coming up a little bit later on. I had a text here. It says, can someone tell me where the Run for the Wall is currently? I watched them on the West Virginia 511 cameras. As I said earlier, Steve Animal sent me a text and said that he sent me the text about 9:14. He says, as of about 10 minutes ago, they were in Charleston. And again, they are going to the Capitol. If somebody's out there on the course or out there with them or whatever, if you want to give me an update, you can text me via the Tony the Taylor text, 304-935-5008, and I will get that information out there. But again, as of about 9:14, according to Mr. Animal of our sister station 98.7 The Mountain, Wild and Wonderful Classic Rock, he got a little video, which I'll be posting on the Mountain page when I get off the air, of them coming into Charleston. He sent it at 9:14, said it was about 10 minutes ago. So that would have been, carry the 3, double, it would have been 9:04, right, Sutton?
Yeah, we can't time travel, right? So we can't go backwards.
So, I don't math.
Yeah, you don't math.
I don't math. I don't math, Matt. Yep. But Matt Sutton, the chief of staff of the Goodwin administration in the studio. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. How you doing?
Oh, just doing what we do here. And so Mr. Queen there for the CAMC Foundation now adding more to the bike event.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was that. I think we talked about this maybe the first day we were here. Last year we were really focused on the logistics of it, as we should have been, right? It was our first year. It was USA Cycling's first year in Charleston, so there was so much focus on the logistics of it. Once we got that down, then we were able to add some events. So adding the the fun ride is really exciting. I think I saw several people on social media posting about doing it. I had several folks text me as well, just about what it was, what they could do, and you nailed it. You get to ride the course. I mean, and that's just cool. It's just cool.
And what other thing? I mean, if you're into this sort of thing, and many people are, I mean, you don't always get to play flag football, sure. At wherever the Super Bowl is being held. You don't get to go to throw out the first pitch at Yankee Stadium, or this is kind of like that. The Indy 500 will be coming up here, real soon, and you don't get to drive the track, but you actually get to do this.
Yeah, and I think that's what's really cool about what they were able to pull together. And CAMC has been a tremendous partner last year, this year, into the future, not only with bicycling or the bicycle race, but with everything in Charleston, but particularly the bike race. So their idea with this, it really is fun. I mean, I equate it to exactly what you just said, right? It's when you get to see some of the, the Little League teams that go out and they play at Gomar Park, right? I mean, you see what the kids get excited about playing on that. And it's very similar to that. And it is going to be something, we see it as, a road we drive on every day. But to a kid with all of the railings put up and having just watched the best athletes in the world participate and ride on that course, for you to get to do it, it's really cool. I mean, I would love to. I don't want to embarrass or hurt myself, so I'll probably go out there and walk around. But it's just a really neat thing and a really great idea, and another way in which we get the community involved in cycling race. And that's what's the biggest part about it. The more people we can build. Last year we said it, and I think it's rang true this year. We've always had a good bicycling community in Charleston, but we've only seen that grow over the last year, and I think that's just only going to continue to do. The regatta, Charleston Terminal Regatta, part of their charity that they do, are giving away bikes. I think they're giving away 100 bikes on Saturday as well, that people can get. And if you go to the Regatta Facebook page, you can learn more about that. But 100 bikes in our community for kids. I mean, stuff like that we're just doing. I know the USA Cycling is giving away a bike raffle as well. It's just, it's really good that this event can last longer than just the 10 days it's in town.
Matt Sutton, the chief of staff for the mayor's office, in studio with us this morning. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Snap Fitness, with a wide selection of equipment, including free weights, cardio, machine weights, and more. 5 great locations: Charleston, Hurricane, Winfield, Barbersville, and Milton. Visit snapfitness.com for more details. All right, here we are in day 4. How's it gone so far?
Really well. Really well. The last few days we had some rain mixed in, but I'm sure it's harder on the cyclists, but it actually adds a little bit of excitement when you watch these folks go as fast as they are in the rain. But I think that I think I heard you say it right before I got on the radio. The today, tomorrow, and into the weekend. That's what we've been waiting for since last year.
Yeah.
And the time trials are very fun to watch. They're not quite the level of excitement as the Criterium race, which starts tonight and tomorrow, and then the road races. So I think tonight, we'll get a little bit of rain out of the way here today early, and then be good for this evening. And then tomorrow's just going to be gorgeous. So, but the biggest thing, to think about if you are working in downtown Charleston, the streets are open all day.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Listen very carefully. Okay. Listen very carefully, folks. This is the important part. As we say in the business, roll tape on this, even though nobody rolls tape anymore. So listen very closely to what Mr. Sutton is going to say now.
Yes. Okay. So other than the boulevard, which has been closed all week, the roads in downtown Charleston are open all day today until right around 5 p.m. And at 5 p.m. is when we start to set up for the Criterium race. And that race, essentially think from Court Street to Hale Street, from the boulevard to Lee Street. That box that's there is going to be shut off. You're not going to be able to have vehicular traffic after 5 p.m. So if you need to get out of town, you can get out of town on the outskirts of that. But if you've got to drive through that area, or if you're located inside that footprint, you're going to need to get out before 5 p.m. today. And that is the key. And then after that area, again, from Court to Hale, the boulevard to Lee Street, that box is going to be pretty shut down. You can get onto Capitol Street and use the Summer Street Garage, going the opposite way on Capitol Street. Go to our City of Charleston's Facebook page to see it. But the key to it is if you're inside that footprint, again, Court to Hale, the boulevard to Lee, by 5 p.m., if your car's in there, it's going to stay in there for it's very likely it's going to stay in there. So I suggest get out early. And if you could take at your lunchtime and maybe park on the periphery of that zone or something along those lines, if you're going to be later, that would be ideal. That's what I end up doing. It's what I did last year. It's what I'll do this year. I'll just kind of get my car out, put it on the edges, just in case I need to get out, because that we just, if you've seen the Criterium race through downtown, the road races, we have some space between areas, right, where we can let cars through. Criterium, it's going too fast. It's too small of an area. There's hardly a way to let pedestrians across the street as fast as they're moving, but there is no way we can let vehicles. So today and tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, make sure you're out of that footprint, Court to Hale, Boulevard to Lee, before 5 p.m. Other than that, that's the traffic stoppage. I know there was some stuff going around yesterday about some traffic on the interstate close to Clendenin. That didn't have anything to do with USA Cycling. There's no bike races out there. So it's the boulevard all day today, and then by 5 p.m. tonight, that heart of downtown, make sure you're out of it with your car, and make sure you're personally in it, because it's extremely exciting. You're watching the best athletes in the world fly around our city. It's really exciting.
And again, this is not something that just popped up. We've been talking about this for months. So if you're one of these people, and if you work in downtown Charleston, one of two things to do. You need to, that area that Matt just mentioned, you've got to have your car out of there, because after 5 o'clock, you're not going anywhere. However, what you could do is you could plan on staying in town. Grab yourself some dinner. All the businesses are open. That you can grab yourself dinner, drink, go shopping at one of the places or whatever, and just kind of hang out till it's over. What time approximately? And I know it's approximate. What time approximately will it be over this evening? Just give me a ballpark.
I would say midnight.
By midnight,
I'd say midnight. Okay. Tonight's the longest night. There are a lot of races that occur tonight, and I think it's the juniors, and the U23. So I think 4 races: men's juniors, women's juniors, men's U23, women's U23, all race tonight. So it's going to last till 11:30 or 12, and then it'll take us a little bit of time to put the roads back. You'll be fine when you come in the morning. There won't be anything other than the boulevard, which has been shut down since Saturday. But there will be nothing downtown when you come in the morning. But tomorrow you're going to rinse and repeat with the exact same course, the exact same course.
And again, it is a minor inconvenience. And again, I'm a person that accesses downtown Charleston 5, sometimes 6 or 7 days a week. I'm right there with you. But for what this brings, Matt, to Charleston, the number of people, the number of eyes that are on Charleston, and it's not just about the bike event. That's the thing that I think sometimes people fail to realize. This puts Charleston on an international, and I literally mean an international stage. And people that are into events that have absolutely nothing to do with biking are looking at Charleston right now. They're looking at Charleston and the surrounding areas. They're saying, well, we saw this event and how the community truly embraced this event. And we'd like to have our event there. And it could be totally unrelated to biking.
Yeah, it will be unrelated to biking. The next event we get, because of the relationship we have with USA Cycling and how our community came together to make it happen, will not be related to cycling. It's going to be something completely different. The event that led to USA Cycling was USA Junior Table Tennis. That didn't have anything to do with cycling, but that relationship and how the staff at the CVB, the staff at the city, the staff at the Coliseum Convention Center, how they built that relationship. And it's the small things. I mean, and I won't get into it, but I can remember vividly the moment where we kind of knew we were people within the USA Youth Table Tennis knew they were in a different place when they had to have some kind of issue with a bank. And it was 8:00 at night, and the mayor was on the phone with 4 different bankers trying to help them figure out what they needed to do. You don't get that in other cities. No. I mean, you hardly can get a mayor to show up. But our mayor's up there, 8:00 at night, not only there to hand out medals, but she's on the phone with, community people to try to help with a banking issue. She's out there handing out medals we have for the USA Cycling folks. And, Councilwoman Caitlin Cook was out there handing out medals. You don't get that kind of participation in most cities in throughout the entire country when they go to do these events. So just seeing that stuff and seeing the excitement, I've said it 100 times. I think I've said it this week. We got USA Cycling, yes, because of the work that Tim Brady and his team did and the work the mayor did with the direct meetings with USA Cycling folks. We got it because when we went to pitch the meeting, we had a group of 7 or 8 community members who were our committee, and no other city had that. And we had it before we even knew what it was. We just had people in our community said, "Yeah, we want this," and they were just volunteers, and that's how you get these events. And yeah, it is. I understand it is a minor inconvenience. There are ways around. I mean, you're not deadlocked. You can get around the race or the traffic. But really, the most important part is what I would say is if you are inconvenienced by the traffic, park outside the race and come in and see what's going on, and you'll get very excited about it really quick and realize that, to your point, it is a very small minor inconvenience in order to have something that is not only true economic development for all of our restaurants and bars and shops, but really puts Charleston on a map on a scale that we can't replicate any other way.
The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Pinnacle Consultants. Their lead paint inspection risk assessment services are designed to identify and to assess the presence of lead-based paint in buildings and other structures using a 3-phase approach of inspection, sampling, and lab analysis, and, of course, the assessment report. Visit pinnaclecorp.net because what you don't know can't hurt you. Lots of folks will be coming into town for other things, Matt, including high school graduations. They've already gotten underway. Do these people that are going to graduations at the Coliseum and Convention Center, they have anything to be concerned about?
No, I would say if you're going to come to the Coliseum and Convention Center, I would, utilize I wouldn't come through like Greenbrier Street and try to come through downtown, or Leon Sullivan come through downtown. I'd get off on the sort of the west side exits that we have, whether it's Westmoreland or Virginia Street. Get off over there, and you're just going to go right into the parking garages that relate to the Coliseum and Convention Center, and you'll be just fine. You won't see any of it.
What about getting out when it's over?
I'd do the same thing. I would just sort of circle around the Coliseum Convention Center, get back on the interstate, and move. Driving through downtown after 5 p.m. is not really going to be possible. You could go around and get onto the other side and go into the Washington Street area and be okay. But I would be very cautious about trying to drive through downtown. That might maybe have it, but a lot of folks I believe GW's graduation's today. I think it's at 1, so I think they'll be fine. Stay off the boulevard. But other than that, I think if you can circle around the interstates, that's where you'll be the safest. After 5 p.m., before 5 p.m., you'll be fine.
And of course, Live on the Levee is back tomorrow evening. Jim Strawn's going to join us to talk about that. It's a kickoff of Live on the Levee.
Yeah, tonight starts an extremely fun weekend in Charleston. So I think starting at 4 p.m. today, we'll see music in City Center. It's like Plaza. You'll have DJs and live music throughout the entire evening. It stretches all night. That'll be a lot of fun. And then tomorrow, I think we kick off at 4 p.m. with a band in City Center, and then we come at 5 p.m., go down to the Levee. Reverend Horton Heat will be there, and then they stop about 6:30, and then the bike races start. We got music back in the park again, different watch zones, and then that just continues throughout the weekend. We've got the Vandalia going over at the Capitol Complex as well. You've got the Bridge Road shops that are having their watch party. You've got Wards Avenue. I know Minnie Leonard and her folks have already posted about what they're doing over there. It's all throughout town, and it's just going to be an exciting weekend, and it's something that we're really looking forward to. And I think that last year we really got a good sense of what the races are. And this year, I think we're going to get a good sense of how we can have a good time with it as well, and really enjoy not only the athletes but our entire community. And it looks like we're going to get good weather to participate with us.
And of course, I do want to mention, I think the courthouse is going to close early.
Yes.
Today. And we had a text here that said, I think the city and county should extend the holiday and let workers have the day off on Friday. That will help all the parties and the traffic problems.
I don't look to see that happen. I mean, I appreciate the information, but we've got the holiday on Monday. But we got a lot of work to do.
All hands on deck.
We got a lot of work. We got a lot of work to do, and we're fortunate enough to have a dedicated staff that really see the value of these events. I mean, it's not always easy to get people to see it. Sometimes when you're working a post or you're setting up something, you might not see it. But a lot of our workers hang around and they get to see the fun. They get to participate, and the value that our team brings. Again, I keep harping back to how we got this event and how we've kept it and why we'll get other events from it. When USA Cycling was in other cities, they have a staff of people who set up the course and set up the railings and all that. When they came here last year, when they get ready to set up, well, we have a team of city staff just sitting right there with them, and they're like, "What are you all doing?" I was like, "Well, we're here to set up," and they hadn't had that experience elsewhere. They were on their own to do it, but they had our folks who were sitting there eager and ready to help set up. And this year, same thing, and it's been a great experience for everybody, and it really kicks into gear tonight and throughout the entire weekend. This is certainly a Memorial Day weekend to be in Charleston. Don't head out of town. This is one we're going to have a lot of fun.
And tonight, the Dirty Birds are at home tonight as well. They're going to hit the road for the weekend, but of course, they're a sponsor of the show. Tonight is Jurassic Park Night, sponsored by United Plus. It's Thirsty Thursday, $1 beers and water starting at 5:30. You can visit dirtybirdsbaseball.com or the social media for more information. Also, we've got the track and field championships going on over at Lately.
Yeah, we don't do one thing at a time.
We don't do one thing well.
And nor should we. But yeah, you have the track and field championships. Those folks have been really communicated with about the traffic that'll be over that way, and that's really utilizing the Greenbrier Street exit to get to Lately Field, and really being able to keep the areas as separate as we can. But track is one of the biggest high school postseason events that occurs throughout the entire state. I mean, I think that, we think about basketball, we think about football, but track, go over that way. It is packed with a lot of families, a lot of kids throughout from our entire state, and it really is a good economic boom for our city. But most importantly, again, it's really a great experience for the kids and families. And we really like this. I mean, I think that, last year when we had the state high school cheerleading championship, the state high school football championships going on at the same time as we had the Light the Night, and student athletes and parents were able to participate in that, and they were able to come downtown to Holly Jolly Brawley and have that. That just adds to the experience of these families and kids that come to Charleston. So not only are these kids going to get to race at extremely high levels of their own athletic abilities, but then they're going to get to come down and watch the world-class athletes do the cycling race throughout the entire city. And it just adds to everything. I mean, every now and then people will say, well, I want to have my event by myself on its own weekend. That doesn't really work anymore. We really want to have multiple things going on at one time that we can make sure that showcase our entire city. And I think that's really a model that we've seen over the last couple of years that we really enjoy and like. It is a lot of work, but it just makes our city shine, and we're really excited about it.
Let me finish this with a text. It says, Dave, I'm very happy for my hometown with the success of the bike thingy, blah, blah, blah. This is tongue-in-cheek. Just take a tiny bit of offense with Matt Sutton's comment about the cycling people being the best athletes in the world. Everybody knows the best athletes in the world are, in fact, hockey players. Just have Matt ask his boss.
Well, I will, and I know what she's going to say. She's going to say it's hockey players. I mean, I'm here. I watch the cycling people go around. I'll do that. I believe that hockey players are amazing athletes. They're all better than I am, so there's nothing I can say.
There you go.
But we'd also throw professional wrestlers into that, too.
Professional wrestlers, not sports entertainers. There's a big difference.
Okay, well, we'll throw sports entertainers into that.
We'll have that. No. We'll have that argument at some other day.
Hey, Dave, before I run real quick, because I know you got other stuff, so I don't do this very often, but I want to give a birthday shout-out to my good friend Don Wilson. Don is the owner of Capital Insurance Group. He's been in Charleston his entire life. Don and I grew up together. And he is, quite frankly, the person I lean on the most, both personally and professionally. So I just want to give a shout out to Don on his birthday today.
Absolutely.
And I'm
good
sure
friend of the show, too.
Yeah, and there's hardly anything you can do to boost his ego, but having a shout out on the radio would certainly help. He's a very humble individual, and we certainly appreciate all he does for Charleston, all he's done for me personally. So.
All right. That's a good way to leave it. We got to go. Matt, appreciate you being here. We'll probably talk to you tomorrow, or we'll have to talk to somebody tomorrow on the show to see what's going on tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. We'll take a break back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses want to thank you for supporting local small businesses.
Earn more with 4 at the best community bank in the Kanawha Valley, Polka Valley Bank. Polka Valley Bank is now offering a certificate of deposit special, 10-month APY, annual percentage yield 4%. Take advantage of this great rate to grow your savings. For more information, stop by one of the 8 Polka Valley Bank locations today. Polka Valley Bank, where relationships matter.
Certain terms and conditions apply. Rates based on minimum annual percentage yield. Subject to change without notice. Minimum deposit required of $10,000 of new money not currently on deposit with Polka Valley Bank to receive APY. Member FDIC.
My name's Chris Miller. I'm president of Dutch Miller Automotive. Jarrett Construction completely renovated and helped redesign Dutch Miller Kia in South Charleston. The fit and the finish and the quality of the project is exceptional. He has an attention to detail and an eye for that kind of stuff. You always want to give your best to your customer. It's just as important to him as it is to you. If you're ever looking to build anything, I'd call Jarrett Construction because you know exactly you're going to get something excellent every single time.
Call on Jarrett Construction.
Oh, hey, friends. This sale's for you. The DSW Friends and Family event is on. DSW VIP members get 25% off almost everything in stores and online for a limited time. Don't miss out. This only happens twice a year. Not a VIP? You're still family to us. Join for free to get in on the savings. Plus, VIPs always get free shipping on anything. Save on must-own shoes today when you shop the DSW Friends and Family event at your DSW store or DSW.com.
Serving Kanawha and Putnam counties for over 60 years, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is in your neighborhood every day. With the summer heat ahead, now is the time to schedule your home HVAC system cool check. If you need a new system and received a quote from another company, give Mullen a chance to take a free second look. Right now, Mullen is offering 0% financing on select new Rheem home cooling systems. Remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. To schedule your appointment, visit online at mullenplumbing.com or call 304-744-3221.
We got about 16 minutes away from 10. Text says if they have races during the day, let city employees attend the races. Okay. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Jute, J-O-O-T Security Systems. Visit protectedbyjute.com or check them out on Facebook. Look who's here. It's our old good friend Doug Skaff. How you doing, man?
Hey, good morning, Dave. I'm doing great.
You know, so I called you earlier the world's most famous snake bite victim. It's been over a year now. How long has it been? A year and what?
May 15th was exactly a year.
All right. How's the recovery going?
You know, it's I'm just blessed. I'm blessed to be able to walk and stand. I can't run, I can't jump, but I still try to go to the gym and do what I can. I have to get a stimulator actually put in my back to control my pain. I still have 2 dead nerves in my foot, and so just to control the pain a little bit. But hey, I'm not letting it hold me down. I'm out there. I'm doing my thing, and it's real. The struggle's still real. I'm not out of the weeds yet.
Well, you're here. No pun intended. But you're here. That's the important thing.
I'm here, and
because it could have been a whole lot worse.
You know, just yesterday, someone said we have a new term. It's called when you hit your golf ball in the weaves. Don't go in there. You'll get scaffed.
You get scaffed.
So someone told me that yesterday. Said I educated a lot of people about staying out of the weeds. Be careful. The golf ball's not worth it when you're out cutting the grass and lawn. Just watch what you do. So anything, I brought a lot of attention to it.
Now, you being the master marketer, I'm seeing some T-shirts there.
Scaffed. You got don't get scaffed.
Don't get scaffed. Speaking of marketing, we know you from, of course, your HD Media. We know you from the political realm. Now we know you as, I don't know, the next Colonel Sanders of Charleston, taking over a legendary place, Fazio's. Talk about that.
You know what? Just saving a legacy establishment like Fazio's, I couldn't imagine Charleston without it. For over 75 years, 1949, that family has produced some delicious and fantastic food, some great times and memories for everyone. It's no secret, Danny and Marcia, they've been trying to maybe, get towards retirement or ease out, but they weren't rushing to do it. They want to leave it in good hands. They talked about this 2 years ago. This has been about 2 years in the making. and they wanted to be the right fit. And so we started talking about a year ago, and we just talked more. And I said, well, yeah, we need to start getting serious. And we finally came to an agreement that I couldn't do this without my partner, Vicente Cruz, who, owns and operates the Hell House. He's got various establishments around town. He's an old Outback operator. He knows the restaurant business. I might know the business side and the marketing side, but he is the restauranteur of town. He and Chef Paul right up there, two of the best in the town. You got Mike Trish, you got everybody in town. We got a great food town, and I can't imagine not having Fazios in town. So we worked out a deal. Everyone says this $1 million question. You keep everything the same. You get all the recipes. It's like, I call it the name, image, and likeness. We get everything, Fazios, the name, the brand, the food, the recipes, the great staff, the employees. We want to keep everything the same. And even the decor, we were just joking about. That's what makes it, man. That's what makes it. The old feel, old Italian world feel.
Yeah. And I'll give a big shout out to Stephen Keith, the food guy, who did an excellent article in the Gazette Mail about it yesterday, talking about the history of the place and how, the folks involved wanted to retire, but they didn't want to just turn it over to anyone. And they're going to be sticking around a little bit as kind of quality control, I guess, right? Just to make sure that, because you can't just come over and take over a legendary place like that. You got to have somebody kind of in there and say, okay, yes, you're doing, not that Vicente can't do the job. I don't mean that, but I'm just saying there's certain ways of doing things.
Shout out to Danny Danny is there from the start of the morning to the end of the night. And, the knowledge capital that he has. When I say old school Italian restaurant, guess where the recipes are? They're in his head. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of them were wrote down. So, we've been writing them down. We've been watching them. We've been taking pictures. We've been trying to get everything the same because it's all in his head. His cup may not be the same as a measuring cup or a little pinch of this, pinch of that.
Just
it is old school.
Just like your grandma.
Just like your grandma. He said, this is my grandmother's recipe. This was my mom's recipe. This was this. And he said, so those recipes are passed down. So we have been writing them down. He's sticking around for a few weeks. Yeah. Marsha's been there. Marsha kind of his wife runs the front of the house and the staffing and the deliveries the takeout and the reservations. But he is in the back of the house from ordering the food to preparing it. But here's the best part. This is what I learned. You could go there for 3 months in a row and get something different every night. There's so many different choices. I was one of those that kind of got stuck in my way. I was like, blackened filet, one of the best steaks in town, or a chicken parm, or eggplant parm, or even the blackened grouper. Those are my 4 go-to things. I've seen entrees I've never even seen before. I didn't even know they existed. But here's the best part. Everything is fresh and homemade. I say everything. Stephen Keith pointed that out. The dressings are made from scratch. The sauce, he has his own secret sauce. His blackened seasoning. Everything is made from scratch. Everything. He even grinds his own coffee beans.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I did not know that until I read Stephen's
It's unbelievable.
Article about that.
Everything. That's what makes this place special and unique. And you know what? People have been coming. They've been reaching out. The celebration has been great. That the legacy lives on, and that's all we want to do. We just want to hopefully, fill. It's hard to fill those shoes in the family heirloom, but we want to carry on the traditions. Keep everything the same. Add a little bit of our own touch, and there, we might mix the hours up a little bit. We might open up a little earlier, stay open a little late. But don't worry about the food quality. We're going to get it there, and Danny's not going to leave until it's right. Trust me.
Talking to Doug Skaff, we're going to take a break because I want to talk about some other things, Mr. Skaff, other than just the restaurant business. Although I could talk about that all day. You know me, I'm a food guy.
It's making you hungry, isn't it?
Yeah, 9:00 in the morning. I'm sitting there thinking eggplant parm. I'm in.
It's my favorite. I had the veal parm too. The veal was great.
Everything. And I'm glad to know that it's going to continue. And you've got some other things that are planned that you'll be telling us about. Let me ask you this though before we go to break. Has the takeover already happened? Are you folks in charge now?
Yeah. So we closed on the May 12th last Monday. So we have 1 full week of operations. They're going to stay on board for 3 to 4 weweeks with the transition and teach us and show us the ropes. And they're there in the kitchen. He's there in the kitchen rolling up his sleeves, teaching Vicente. And we have Eric. He's been great as our manager over there. And Christy, Vicente's wife, helping us get everything on the plane. So we took over officially. So we're 1 week and a couple days in. This is our 2nd full week on the books. Yes, it's over. It's our name, and I can't wait to tell you about the group we put together to make this happen.
All right, and we'll do that when we come back. I do want to remind you, vaccines are your best protection against severe disease from flu and COVID-19. If you're 65 or older, risk less. Do more with this season's vaccines. Get started at vaccines.gov, paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Are you looking for a technical job in the medical field? Generations is growing and looking to add on job-trained physical therapy techs to our rehab team. To apply, visit one of our 7 convenient locations or simply click on us at generationspt.com.
Lights, camera, take action. It is time for the annual American Heart Association's Heart Ball. Set for May 17th at the Embassy Suites from 6 to 10, it promises to be full of glitz, glamour, and fun with a powerful message of education, advocacy, equity, and discovery weaved into the evening. Auction items and dancing while we raise necessary funds for the mission of the American Heart Association to foster appropriate cardiac care for all. 304-395-0852 to secure your tickets.
Council. It's Bits for Bargains. You click and you save.
The biggest online auction in the state starts June 2nd at 9 a.m. Save big on a 2024 Kawasaki Z7 Hybrid ABS from Leeson's Import Motors, which retails for over $9,000 and has an opening bid of just $5,600. Or bid on a 2024 Mini Coupe EV from Nelson Auto Sales, retailing for $9,925 with bidding starting at just $3,970.
It's Bits for Bargains. You click and you save.
Also bid on $25,000 in truck accessories from Running Boards and more. $2,000 in certificates for tires from Eddie's Tire and Service. Or a $4,000 truck driving scholarship from Boone County Truck Driving School. All with bidding starting at 60% off. Don't miss out. Auction opens Monday, June 2nd at 9 a.m. and ends Friday, June 6th at 5 p.m.
It's Bits for Bargains. You click and you save. WVBargains.com.
Serving Kanawha and Putnam counties for over 60 years, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is in your neighborhood every day. With the summer heat ahead, now is the time to schedule your home HVAC system cool check. If you need a new system and received a quote from another company, give Mullen a chance to take a free second look. Right now, Mullen is offering 0% financing on select new Rheem home cooling systems. Remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. To schedule your appointment, visit online at mullenplumbing.com or call 304-744-3221.
7 minutes away from 10, the Dave Allen Show on 580 Line, brought to you part by Live Healthy, West Virginia, presented by WVU Medicine. It's a podcast fostering healthier lifestyles that are beyond West Virginia. Check out the latest episodes, WVMetronews.com. Doug Skaff is here, restaurateur. Doug Skaff. Text, I wondered, I didn't know about reading this on the air, but I asked you during the break and you said, yeah, go ahead. So, Text says, I've seen on social media that Fazio's is a big, outspoken Trump lover restaurant. Seems weird Skaff would take it over. Are they planning to keep the same outspoken Trump lover vibe? Politics is even in your palm. This is where we are now, but go ahead, Doug.
Hey, listen, I love politics more than anybody, and I'm all in. But when it comes to the restaurant business, listen, we check your politics at the door. No, everyone is welcome there. There's not going to have that same vibe. There was a framed picture of Donald Trump, and it got a lot of attention on social media. I think it was an autograph picture they got. And there was a little, confrontation about that and who's your president and who do you support. And check that at the door. There's no place in the restaurant business. Come and eat, enjoy a great night. I don't care what political persuasion you are or who you voted for president or who you didn't vote for. Listen, we just want to cook great food, keep a legacy restaurant going, bring people together, have a great time, and keep a tradition of Charleston alive. You know, people say, hey, where is there to go? Give me a good local place. Fazio's is one of the top 3 places they mention.
It has been for a long time.
For 75 years.
You put together a group. You mentioned Vicente, but there's other people here talking about that. So
listen, when you're talking to Danny Fazio, he goes, listen, so Danny, I don't know about this, he said, but guess what happened? When he talked about selling the place, everyone just said, hey, we can't let this go. We can't let Fazio's go. Even Mayor Goodwin said, Fazio is one of my favorite restaurants in town. We got to do something. So I put together a little investment group of shareholders who could buy some shares into the restaurant to help save it. And put Vicente as the key to this because he's the restaurateur. He's got the background. But then we put a group of just Fazio lovers together, Charleston people that love Charleston and love it as a destination, people who've celebrated anniversaries and birthdays and eat there. I've got regulars that eat there every week. They have a standing reservation at 6:30 p.m. every Saturday, and they just want to be a part of this. And so maybe they don't have, they aren't going to go out and start their own restaurant today, but they get to be a part of something. We're going to have a wine tasting today with some of the owners. We're going to come together. We're going to figure out what wines we want to offer on the menu and add a little bit more to our menu there, and just going to have fun with it. And I think it's good to have people involved. That's how many people, just like when the Charleston Gazette Mail, was up for sale. We had a group of investors came together to help save the Gazette Mail. Well, we saved this restaurant. It's going to be here for years to come. And it was great to see a group and the name, I think you're going to like the name, Dave. Mm-hmm. The name of the holding company is Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
WVLLC.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. All right, let's quickly touch on politics for a moment because you can't talk about it in the restaurant. I haven't had you on since the legislature wrapped up. You keep a close eye on what was going on there?
Of course I do. Yeah, it's in my blood. I get to see all these guys up there covering the legislature. It was an interesting session. I wish more was accomplished like everybody else. It's one of those like boxing matches. It goes 15 rounds, and by the time you get to the end, people finally feel each other out, and then it's over. The first couple of weeks, there were some knockout punches back and forth. You had people on the governor's side, you had the House side, and the Senate side. It seems like they couldn't come together. And it's amazing when you have all three parties, in control of legislature. You thought maybe you expected more, but that's what happened when you had over half the legislature had turned over in the last couple of years. So when you have all these new people in there, they all come in there with fresh new ideas, and they're learning their way around, and then they realize you got to work together. At the end of the day, when the session's over, we should have worked together more. We should have compromised. We should have built relationships. And so now I think you'll have a better session next time.
Well, and of course, we got special sessions coming up, and you remember those from your days in the legislature, what those are like? Special
sessions, they can be good and bad. A lot of times they're topical. The governor sets the agenda, and you're focused, and you're in for 3 days, 3, 4, 5 days, and you're focused on the agenda item at hand. There's a lot of things this state needs to do. We got a quick kick in the bucket down the road on some of those big ticket items. They're hard to solve. There's
PEIA,
foster care. I mean, we've got to address these issues now. And it's just going to get more expensive. We keep kicking it down the road. It's going to get a bigger and bigger problem. So we just got to suck it up and do it now and come together in a room and lock the door and everybody figure this out. Come on, we can do it. We got a lot of smart people up there. Just figure it out. Quit fighting. Quit saying there's my idea or your idea or his idea or their idea. Let's work together finally as a state. We're still blessed as a great state. We have revenues coming in. We're there. We have great people. Let's just work together. The campaign's over. I say this all the time. The campaign's over. Whatever you ran for, hey, we're all one now. You're all one team now. Work together to make this state better. That's what the people elected you for.
Unfortunately, though, the campaign is never over. That seems to be the problem.
ABC, there'll always be campaigning.
Yeah,
the ABCs, there'll always be campaigning.
All right. So you know where I'm going to go next with you. What are you going to do?
I got too much stuff on my plate right now.
Come on, Dad. Come on. Yeah, I know you're a young guy. You got a lot going for you. I know you're always thinking. You ran for Secretary of State last year. No, you keep a close eye on the legislature. Any hints just between us? Nobody's listening. Just between us.
Yeah, no one's listening right now. If I did anything, I'd keep it more local. Obviously a statewide race that took a big toll on me, and that's a lot. Now with this restaurant endeavor,
well, damn near got you killed.
It damn near got me killed. Yeah, literally. I'm going to stay out of the weeds. I saw places in West Virginia. I know I'm not going to step foot in again because I'm afraid of those snake nests that are out there. Right. But no, bottom line is I've met a lot of great people traveling the state. But hey, I'm focused on growing businesses here, helping the community, being a part of something special and growing this Fazios. Hey, listen, it's not just, here's what I learned. When it comes to Fazios, all these politicians from around the state, regardless of their persuasion, said, I'm so glad you stepped in and keep this legacy going. We can't wait to visit it from whatever part of the state they're from. They want to come back and go to Fazios.
It's kind of
bring people together.
There's always legislators there. It's always kind of a place where deals
bring people
are done.
Together. Maybe we can solve the foster care crisis there. Fazios over some meatballs and pasta.
Meatballs and a good bottle of wine. All right, Mr. Meadows is here. You got anything you want to add? You want to talk to him about anything?
Can I get a menu item named after me? TJ's Cajun Chicken Pasta. Can we do that?
Oh my God, I love it. Let's go.
It's one of my favorites over there. I'm glad you bought it. I'm glad it's staying alive. I really am.
We are going to be putting pictures on the menu so you can see all those great items because there's so much things I bet you don't even know we have there.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it.
Come on, TJ. Come on over.
What's on the show today, buddy?
Coming up, Ryan Schmelz, 10:06. Big, beautiful Bill. Barbara Evans Fleshour joins us at 10:33. She's somewhat of a constitutional expert. We'll talk about the constitutionality of the governor's executive orders. Greg Thomas at 11:06. Somebody's going to run against Capita. We'll get into that. Talk that. Plus your phone calls. Call us today. Why not call us? You always text. Give us a call.
Yeah, give us a call. All right, I'll be back at noon with Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law, noon to 3. 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and myself. Mr. Skaff, thanks for being here, buddy. We'll do it again soon.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Till then, have fun and love somebody.
AM, W243DRFM Charleston, and W283AQ Cross Lanes, a WVRC media station. We're proud to live here too.